Okay, how many years was Yeezys popular before Kanye was kicked out?
So I'm not sure exactly how many years, but I remember it's a little bit after my time that Yeezys got popular more so when I was in college, like 2015, 2016. And then I remember Kanye did the wrong thing and was being anti-Semitic a couple of years ago. So I'd say it was like 6 or 7 years that he was really at the top of the game.
So according to, okay, so question number two. So according to stocks, without Adidas, Kanye is worth $400 million based on his network. Do you think this is more influence with his association with Yeezys? That's why his profit went down?
I suppose, right? They said that when he left, when Adidas dropped him, he lost almost over $1 billion in his net worth. Because it wasn't just the shoes; it was the clothing line in total. So, net worth is always a weird calculation. It's not a perfect science, but that really did hurt his wealth.
Okay, number three. So what do you think? How did the public react when Kanye was dropping all these anti-Semitic quotes, and how did it affect his profits?
Well, what concerns me to a certain extent is people who defended him, saying he was right. Clearly he wasn't in a good headspace, and those statements should never be defended. There's a long history of anti-Semitism, so I think Adidas is just trying to protect themselves. They like making money. They wished it didn't have to happen in the first place, and a lot of people realized that the statements were wrong. But it's concerning to see a lot of people defend it because I feel like some of them secretly, agree with what he's saying.
Okay.
But not so secretly sometimes.
And number four, in today's economy, does the average consumer care if an item is real or fake? Like, for example, those Gucci bags, like
Yeah.
they sell, like.
Very interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of people continue to find it important that products are quote unquote real. However, we've seen this resurgence or surge in people actually liking dupes because of their one-of-one nature, like that they're kind of different than the brand name. So I'd say it's about half and half. I like dupes. I like the idea of not being so caught up on authenticity of a product, yeah.
Okay, so in number five, it says Kanye's racism. Well, Kanye exposed a lot of racism when he was in Paris. He wore a White Lives Matter T-shirt with his wife, with his new wife after Kim Kardashian. So do you think it sparked more hatred in his fan base, and how?
Yeah, that particular incident I remember kind of hearing about, but not following. I think it's really just shock value for him to wear a T-shirt like that.
I was just asking, like, do you think people started to hate more Jewish people because of him spreading White Lives Matter?
Oh, yeah. I think the two are a little bit separate, though, because there's the Black Lives Matter movements, and so the White Lives Matter thing, or All Lives Matter, was a response to that. And then the anti-Semitic stuff was a separate issue. But I think, yeah, people liked the shock value of his statements, and they liked at least pretending that they agreed with it, if they didn't already.
Okay, so in question number six, Kanye sang the song "I Miss the Old Kanye." That song.
Yeah.
It was after his quotes of the Jewish community. Did it sound like an apology to increase popularity, and how?
Maybe just that he's aware of the impact that his statements have and that his influence has, but definitely not as an apology.
Okay. So according to stocks, it says Yeezys from Adidas made a $3.3 billion profit. Do you think it was Kanye's influence that's caused the profit, or do you think it was like the shoe and its comfort, its design?
Probably a mixture, but primarily the association with Kanye. I think he was really able to build out that brand and have it seem very fashion forward and cutting edge. So he's very talented in all of his ventures. He's very talented.
Okay, so how do you think celebrities today, such as Bad Bunny and Beyonce, exceed financial gains? Or like, say for example, like Beyonce sponsors a new perfume. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you think they influence people to buy more of that stuff?
Oh, for sure. I mean, Rihanna did it with Fenty, big time. Bad Bunny is larger than life. Anything he puts his name to, people are gonna go out and buy. Just like Taylor Swift, just like those huge names, Beyonce as well. So the affiliation of the product with the artist still has a very deep influence on their fan base.
Okay, question number 9. 6 more questions. Kanye stated, "I'd rather have a child learn Hanukkah than Kwanzaa because at least it will save financial engineering." Does it sound like it was a popular stereotype towards the Jewish community?
About financial planning in the Jewish community, yeah, they would call that a dog whistle. So it's like an anti-Semitic dog whistle. Yeah, it's a long-standing anti-Semitic trope that comes back to the Jewish minorities within Christian and Muslim world were the only ones that were allowed to handle money. So yeah, that's been around, and that's
Do you think this was a
racist.
popular stereotype?
It's a very popular stereotype, and I think young people engage in it without even knowing the history of it, and that's the danger.
Okay, do you think Kanye was the only celebrity that targeted Jewish people? Or there were many like Kyrie? Do you think he was one of many celebrities, or do you think he's probably just a group of just one celebrity that doesn't like?
Oh, okay. So Kyrie, I know, was like against the vaccine, and that might have kind of looped in there. But it goes back to Henry Ford, man. Henry Ford was the first major anti-Semite that helped popularize anti-Semitism in the United States. So I couldn't tell you particularly. I know Alice Walker, the author, has done. You know, there's lots of people who have had incidents and stuff. But of course, in polite society, you're not going to go around sharing anti-Semitic tropes. So I think Kanye was the biggest one as of late.
Okay, so question number 11.
Sure.
After Kanye lost billions of dollars and is now worth $400 million, do you think it affect his profits when it comes to music?
Probably not. No, probably not. I mean, if I'm being honest with you, like I still listen to Kanye's music, because I do believe in separating the art from the artist, and he is a genius in terms of production. I don't listen to his recent stuff. I think it sucks, but
do you think
his older stuff is great.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No worries. Yeah.
So, question number 12. Kanye compared the Jewish community with the black population. Do you think this sounds like a Nazi style or more of a hate crime?
Well, I think there is, within certain activists in the black community, there have been like historically arguments about sticking together and, you know, creating unity within the community. And sometimes and you even hear this in common speech from regular people, like, we got to be like XYZ group that sticks together, the Asian people or the Jewish people, you know, so they say kind of stereotypes like that. And I really just think that's probably what he was doing there. But in other ways, his album cover of the recent album is like using Nazi iconography, so he's not averse to delving deep into anti-Semitic art and artistry.
Okay, so for number 13, Kanye accused a rapper called Diddy, a rap mogul, controlled by quote unquote the Jewish people. Do you think fans were agreeing with this quote?
I think a lot of fans do things half-heartedly. So I'm sure there's some more than others that were sponsoring what he was saying. I'm sure a lot of fans were saying, I can't get, you know, everybody had a moment, I think, when they said, I can't really defend what Kanye's doing anymore, and I can't explain it away as him just struggling with mental health and stuff, which a lot of people obviously struggle with. Diddy's got his own problems.
Okay. So
if you look at the news, yeah.
Two more. Okay, so are consumers today buying more needs and want because of celebrities' influence?
I think it's reduced over time. I think there's still a very strong influence, but if you compare it to the 80s, 90s, 2000s, when I was a very young child, I think that influence is much stronger and across the board. So I don't think it's increasing.
So with Nike v. Adidas competition, Kanye's billion-dollar profit, do you think it eased the tension or increased celebrity sponsors?
So the fact that Kanye was dropped?
No, it's like because Kanye made so much money for Adidas, do you think that eased the tension between Nike or Adidas, or do you think that caused an increase of intention for other companies to hire celebrities?
They don't have any tension. You know,
competition for them too. Like Apple, like Android and BTS. Apple does.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, they're both, Nike and Adidas are both mega corporations that will be fine no matter what happens. And they have teams that are going to find these sponsorships and ways to promote campaigns. So they'll be fine without Kanye.
Oh no, the question was, do you think Kanye's like example help inspire other celebrities to sponsor more companies?
I hope not. I really don't care about corporate sponsorship of celebrities. So whatever happens. They're going to be in competition for profits. Celebrities already know to not say the wrong thing when you're getting paid billions of dollars. Kanye just didn't, he thought he broke the mold. That's fine, but he suffered the consequences.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much.